Ohio Senator Rob Portman. So you probably heard a lot of that report, Senator. I mean, just to distill it down to the facts, I think that there's some people that would like $2.4 trillion. And then as you move down the political spectrum, I think we can get down to where you've actually got some Republicans that want zero at this point because they think the economy's doing well, the stock market's doing well. We spent a lot already. Let's just take a step back and see whether we're already, past stall speed. I wouldn't even doubt whether you've got some Republicans that want some of the money back at this point. What do you think we need to do to target exactly the groups that still need help without breaking the bank?
Well, that's exactly what the legislation does. We'll vote on today. And I would say, Joe, in terms of your spectrum, it's not $2.4 trillion. Remember, the House Democrat bill is $3.4 trillion, and we've already spent about that amount. And so, yeah, there are a lot of people concerned about the deficit and the growing debt, which is now going to be the size of our economy for the first time since World War II. On the other hand, we do need targeted relief, in my view and in the view of most Republicans. Today, you'll see a vote in the Senate which is actually going to get a majority of senators and practically every Republican, which is a targeted approach that says, okay, let's deal with the testing issue, the health care crisis, getting the vaccine moving more quickly, the antiviral medication. Let's be sure that the PPP program, which has worked well to help small businesses, can continue. Remember, it ended on August 8th. That will be restarted and made retroactive. And let's also do something for our schools, because as kids are going back to school, colleges are reopening, they need help. And the Republican proposal is very similar to the Democrat proposal there. So there's a lot in here, including unemployment insurance, something you and I have talked about a lot, $300 per week, federal supplement on top of the state supplement. So this is a substantial bill. It's billions of dollars, as we know around here. A billion used to be a lot of money. Now it's less, I guess. But it's probably going to be, as Eamon said, about $500 billion. And that's a substantial bill. And I think there's a lot of common ground there. So it's a step in the right direction. And I think the most important thing about it, maybe not so much what Eamon said about members who are in swing districts or swing states being concerned, it's to get these negotiations restarted again. This hopefully will break the gridlock and get us back to the table, because we will have, as Republicans, provided the majority of the votes in the Senate for a proposal that is targeted, which is what most Americans are looking for.
Yeah, I wonder what happens, though, and I wonder what you really think the chances are. So it's a good starting point, you think, for negotiations. And then you say, if there's a genuine willingness to leave, if there's a genuine willingness to leave politics out of it, well, yeah, there is not there probably isn't. But it's weird, Rob, because you could probably get the Republicans that don't want anything because we've done enough, and the Democrats that don't want to do anything because there's an election coming up, and that could be a bipartisan arrangement right there. People that don't want to do anything. Unfortunately, that's probably the way this ends up, right?
I don't know. I think if there is a vote today that is positive, and I think there will be, I think it'll be over 51 senators will support this out of 100. I think it restarts the negotiations, because it shows that we've got a targeted package that makes sense, that Americans are going to support strongly, because it's got the major provisions that people are looking for to help the economy, to help on the health care front, to help on the vaccine, to help on the testing. So I hope that will energize the talks. And you need 60 votes. You don't need 97 votes as we got last time. Remember, we've done this about 6 times already in a bipartisan way. Let's get back to that approach, focusing not on the politics but on the substance. I think we can get something done. I do. I think it'll be next week or the week after until we do it. But I think that would be very helpful to try to set the stage for a spending bill that's also, clean, the clean CR that Eamon talked about, and then to have people go back home and be able to campaign and talk about, what we've done to actually help the American people here during a crisis. So I think it's still possible.